Ben Cohen, the founder of Ben & Jerry's, was arrested at the Capitol, and we have footage. And his arrest wasn't the only arrest that took place in that hearing or even this week. A group of activists stormed a hearing on Medicaid cuts this week, including many disabled activists, and this is how Capitol Police responded. Now, I was in the Capitol in 2017 when the Republicans then were trying to cut Medicaid, cut Medicare, install lifetime caps on Medicaid, and those cuts would run the risk of ending some people's lives, because when you put a lifetime cap on a program like Medicaid that some people rely on for survival, cannot stress that enough. When you put a lifetime cap on Medicaid, you are arbitrarily putting an expiration date on someone's life. Disabled Americans understandably knew the risks, and they stormed Senate office buildings. Here's some of that footage from 2017.
No cuts to Medicaid!
Now, one thing I couldn't help but notice in the Ben Cohen clip was how aggressive Capitol Police were when removing protesters.
The witness will suspend. The committee will come to order. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be tolerated. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room.
We've seen clips before of people disrupting hearings, like Code Pink, for instance.
Stop arming Israel! Stop sending weapons to Israel! Israel is exactly the threat you are describing. They are blocking humanitarian aid. That is a war crime. We need a ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
They interrupt hearings all the time, and you see Capitol Police there just going through the motions. Okay, come on, you made your point, let's go. But here, they are grabbing and yanking people, and that I think is distinct, especially in a hearing. Now, of course, in 2017, when they were removing people from wheelchairs, that is heinous. But I want to get to the point of what Ben Cohen was actually protesting. There are many points to be made against RFK Jr., and many people are concerned that this injection of government funds into his Make America Healthy initiative will ultimately lead to worse health outcomes, because as he said it, don't take health advice from him.
You know, I don't want to seem like I'm being evasive. Yeah. But I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me.
But Ben Cohen was making a different point. Republicans are trying to cut life-saving programs like Medicaid that people rely on for survival, while we continue to fund Israel's war on Gaza. This war has raged on now for over a year and a half. And despite millions of people around the world demanding a ceasefire, Israel has shown no signs of slowing. In fact, they're promising to completely demolish Gaza. But that's the US government's priorities. There's always money for war. There's always money for destruction. But when it comes time for life-saving care, when it's time to spend money on the social safety net, suddenly we can't afford it. That's why we need to see more people disrupting hearings, disrupt the status quo, interrupt business as usual, more direct action, and things like this. That is the only thing that we can do, because we cannot rely on our elected officials to look out for us.